irrespective of your views, there are young children involved, and it is a very, very, very difficult time for these 3 children. I think that's been euphemistic, and I am asking the public, I'm pleading, maybe again an exercise in futility, but to exercise some level of restraint, not barring anyone from their constitutional right of freedom of expression and so on. But the life and the role of a defense lawyer is to provide defense. Everybody, every person, every citizen has a right to an attorney. I think it's important to note, and I'd like to take this opportunity to say that observations have been made in social media, which, by the way, isn't social at all. But such is the nature of life. But I would caution, and that may be an exercise in futility, because there are many persons who have sought to try and convict already. And that's unfortunate, and I will not go beyond that. Thank you very much. Understandably, very apprehensive, very concerned, and as one would expect. Beyond that, again, I would not want to say anything at this stage.
And he maintains that he's innocent of the charge?
He has maintained his position. He has maintained his position of innocence from day one. I am not saying that he is, because I understand that there was a report to that effect. No lawyer should ever really say that, because if you were so certain, then you'd be a witness. But certainly what I can say with great emphasis is that he is indicating that he's innocent. We have our instructions, we have our job to do, and it is for the court, ultimately, and members of the jury to determine whether or not he is innocent. That's not my role. My role, our role, is to provide a defense as per our instructions. Wherever our instructions lead us, that's where we go. Within the confines always, acknowledging and consistent with the canons of the profession and the rules and good ethics. That is also to be emphasized.
Que pasa, sapa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds call it news with a buzz. The audio and video that you just watched is of the lawyer of JOLYAN'S Silveira, the man that is accused for the takeaway of his wife, Melissa Silveira. His lawyer's name, Peter Champagne. This is the edited version of some stuff he said after his client went to court yesterday. His client went to court. He was there at about minutes to 11. His case started at 2 o'clock. When 2 o'clock came, the judge pretty much told the family members that were already seated inside and the media that were there that they were barred from being inside of the courts. She was exercising her discretion in the interest of justice. Nobody knows exactly what that means. I will speak about that later on in this news. So you hear the lawyer saying that he is awaiting disclosure, meaning the evidence to see exactly what they have against his clients. He said that people should use their discretion and be considerate when they make posts on social media, because there are 3 children involved. He also says that he sees people making judgments whether this man is guilty already. So therefore them done already declare that this man is guilty. They are pretty much jumping the GUN. They should hold off until the evidence comes out. He also said that everybody needs to have some sorts of lawyer. So whether you are guilty, whether you are innocent, it is your rights as a suspect, as a person of interest, to be given a lawyer. If you don't have one, the court will appoint you one. If you have money like Mr. Silveira do, then you will afford the expertise of a top lawyer in the likes of a Mr. Champagne. However, don't know if you remember, I've said it on several occasions, These lawyers, once they get that retainer, they will paint the perfect picture of that of Picasso, of their client being holier than thou, innocent altar boy, even when he is the devil. Mr. Champagne said something that I have never heard any other lawyer said before. He said he is there to defend his clients. His client has maintained his innocence from day one. But he said, don't know if he's backpedaling or he just made an error in his speech. He said that he is innocent. However, he, the lawyer, is not saying that he is innocent. He cannot say that he is innocent because he was not there. If he was there and would be so sure or so confident to talk in the behalf of this client, then that would make him a witness, which he is not. People, I have never heard that before. What this tells you is that a lot of these lawyers are listening. A lot of these lawyers realize that the pressure is on them. So I say this to say that the stuff that they could get away with in the past from the traditional media that are afraid that they might get blackballed, blacklisted. Now with social media, it is the bloggers that have a whole bunch of power that are influencing change, sometimes negatively, mostly positively. You know who is who, which part is where. So when he talks and he said the case is tried in courts, he is 100% right. However, there's also the court of public opinion. In the court of public opinion, certain things are grey. A lot of things are black and white. That means when we see an obvious case of somebody being guilty, somebody trying to cover up, somebody that it seems as if the system in the body club is trying to protect, somebody that it is 100% without a shadow of a doubt that he had something to do with it, being the mastermind, being the person that is a part of this conspiracy in some aspect majorly. Everybody knows it. So therefore the court of public opinion has already made a decision. Not saying that the decision that is made by the court of public opinion is the last or final exhausted stage. It is the court. However, the people have done come to their conclusion based on what they have heard. And what we have heard is that this lady supposedly had died from natural causes, aneurysm or something to that effect. Then we hear say the autopsy officially came back a couple of weeks later. The autopsy conflicts in that this lady had at least 3 fragments of bullets in her body, meaning that she was shot at least 3 separate times. Remember, it was the Popo, Major Popo, Top Popo that went on the scene of the crime in his own vehicle by himself. The doctor, the coroner, all 3 persons collaborated and said that yes, this was the cause of DEATH, only to find out that it was a big old lie. It was definitely a cover-up. So therefore, that brought some sorts of suspicion already in the minds of the public. Only to hear that this man, it is his gun. This man possibly even corn up this lady in her crutches because of some sorts of infidelity. So therefore, him a cheat and she a cheat. However, him get in a feelings. There is also information out there credible that people in the PNP might have also been on the scene of the crime and might have also covered up. There is also facts that this man is also going to be charged for illegal possession of firearm, meaning that his firearm, be it legal at the time, was used in an illegal manner. There is also information is that he tampered with the tool. Now what that means is that every tool have some sorts of ballistic trait, meaning that fingerprint that is solely for that tool. So therefore, no other tool of the millions or billions of tools out there have the same sort of ID or fingerprint. So therefore, it seems as if after he did what he did allegedly, somebody told him that they could doctor it up. So therefore, when it went for ballistics tests, it would throw off the test. However, they were incorrect. Whatever they did, it did not work, and it came back and it haunted him. So therefore, he has a whole bunch of suspicions on his name due to his action. And the fact that he actually went to the people and final send-off. He was crying. He was on social media looking for sympathy, getting sympathy. It makes this man a hypocrite. It makes this man one of those that persons are labeling as sleeping. She was sleeping with the enemy in the worst sense of the word. So therefore, what do you expect, Mr. Lawyer, Mr. Champagne, respectfully? People already draw their opinion based on his action. It is not what people did, it is what he did, and it is quite obvious. So therefore, that is why we are getting the guilty verdict in the court of public opinion. As to what is going to happen in the real court, that is yet to be decided. Like them say, hope for the best and expect the worst. This is Jamaica, Money Talk and BS Walks. So people, that was what the lawyer, Mr. Peter Champagne, said as it pertains to his clients. People on social media not showing any sorts of discretion need to restrain themselves because of the best interests of the children. Let's talk about what the justice said in the courts. Let's talk about the shock that persons felt, meaning the people from traditional media, when they were asked to leave the courtroom, likewise for the family, because she was barring persons from going in the courts at this proceeding. The experts, the people in the legal field, they were baffled, they were perplexed, because they must say, then hold on a minute, this don't seem right, and even if it was right, the judge should have given some sort of explanation as to why she was barring the family and media. Truth and the fact is that the judge has the discretion if she is protecting the best interest of somebody, meaning the children or even the suspect. Don't know why the suspect has so much rights. However, what supersedes or trump is the best interest of the public. The public wants open justice. The public wants the confidence in the system to be redeemed. The public wants full disclosure, especially when it has been hearing so much negative things, when it has come to the conclusion that there's some sort of cover-up because of this man's status, money. So therefore, they want to know exactly what is going on. They want everything to be on full display. They want to see everything in intricate details from start to finish, from A to Z. However, this judge decided that she was not going to do that, and people in the court, the judge's decision is final. However, that judge needs to have some sort of explanation that is justified. In this case, most persons are saying that, listen, this does not sound right. She should not do that. She is overstepping her boundary. She is overstepping her power. Now, people, you have to remember, the system under Jamaica is under deep scrutiny. Nobody trusts the politician. Nobody trusts most of the popo. Nobody trusts the DPP. Nobody trusts the system of justice. And especially the top popo in this being Fitzbailey. We realize that he was mum for a little while, even while persons on social media were saying that there seems to be some sorts of cover-up. He eventually came out after the official autopsy, maybe a couple of days later, maybe a couple of days too late. People just want to be informed. People just want stuff to be disclosed. Open justice, like them call it. However, people, whenever you do the opposite of that, it seems as if there is some sorts of cover-up. It seems as if there is some sorts of psych, there are some sorts of sham. They are trying to pull some sorts of wool over the faces of John Public, and the John Public is not having that, especially bloggers like myself on social media. We are going to give our views with discretion, with common sense. So therefore, if it sounds justified, and the likely possibility is that this man is guilty, and you can identify and point out the suspicions, you pretty much have the rights to do so. So, like the lawyer, Mr. Champagne is asking the public, John Public, social media, the media, to express discretion, restraints. We also have a constitutional rights to freedom of expression, meaning that we can give our opinion in a very credible way, point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.